Standards create results. Most people don't drift away from the life they wanted in one dramatic moment. It happens slowly, quietly, a small compromise here, a little lowering of expectations there, one thing ignored, one thing tolerated, one thing excused, and eventually, what once felt temporary becomes normal. That's how standards shape your life. Not through what you say you want, but through what you consistently allow. Because human beings adapt to almost anything. Mess becomes normal. Stress becomes normal. Being overwhelmed becomes normal. Being out of shape becomes normal. Negative relationships become normal. Chaos becomes normal. And once something becomes familiar, you stop noticing it. That's what makes lowered standards dangerous. Most people don't even realize it's happening while it's happening. They just slowly become comfortable living beneath the life they originally wanted. Not because they lacked potential, because they adjusted to less. And the scary part is, life will always try to pull your standards downward if you stop protecting them. Your environment will pull on you. Your routines will pull on you. Other people's expectations will pull on you. Convenience will pull on you. That's why high standards require awareness, because standards are not built once. They're protected daily. You can see this everywhere. Someone says they value health, but they constantly ignore sleep, food, stress, and movement. Someone says they value family, but gives their best energy to everyone else first. Someone says they want success, but tolerates distraction all day long. Eventually, your actions reveal your real standards. Not your intentions, your standards. And over time, your life begins organizing itself around them. That's why two people can start in the same place with similar talent, similar opportunities, even similar goals, and end up in completely different lives years later. One slowly raised their standards, the other slowly lowered them. One corrected problems early, the other normalized them. One protected their environment, the other adapted to whatever surrounded them. That's why standards affect more than results. They affect atmosphere. Walk into a business with high standards, you feel it immediately. Walk into a home with peace and structure, you feel it immediately. Walk into the life of someone disciplined, intentional, and focused. You feel it immediately, because standards create environments, and environments eventually shape identity. The difficult part is raising your standards often feels uncomfortable at first, because the moment you raise them, certain habits no longer fit, certain conversations no longer fit, certain environments no longer fit, sometimes even certain people no longer fit. That doesn't make you better than anyone else. It simply means your future requires different conditions. And most people delay growth because they keep trying to build a better future while protecting old standards. But life doesn't work that way. Your future starts changing the moment your standards do. Not when the results arrive. Not when people notice. Not when success becomes visible. The shift begins earlier than that. It begins the moment you decide, this is no longer acceptable for my life. That sentence changes people, because standards are boundaries. They decide what enters your life, what stays in your life, and what no longer belongs there. So maybe the question isn't, what do I want? Maybe the better question is, what have I been tolerating? Because extraordinary success is rarely built through giant moments. It's built through quiet standards, protected consistently over time. This is extraordinary success. Think differently, build intentionally.